4 truffle trees in one smacker. We were making needs 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, "I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the bound barbaloots who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking of trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go round. And my poor barbaloots are all getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to go find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys," he cried as he sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad, but as I watched them all, go. But business is business, and businesses must grow. And regardless of crummies in tummies, you know. I meant no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons and biggered the loads. Of needs I shipped out, I was shipping them forth to south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs, I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes that were when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. "I'm the Lorax!" He coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffled. He snarled, he sniffed. "Onceler!" he cried with a croftulous croak. "Onceler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat." "And so," said the Lorax, "please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from that smog that you've smogged up around here." "What's more," snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, "let me say a few words about gluppity glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making gluppity glup and also sloppity slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Onceler man, you." Oh, he's getting very cross about me. "You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off, or their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins, get woefully weary, in search of some water that isn't so smeary. And I hear things are just as bad up in Lake Erie." And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, "Now listen here, Dad! All you do is yap yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, I'm telling you. I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering. Turning more truffle trees into needs, which everyone needs." And at that moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening sack of an axe on a tree. When we heard the tree fall, the very last truffle tree off them all. Can you see how there are no more trees left, and that is the last truffler tree that's come down. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So, in no time, my uncles and aunts and everyone all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smothered stars. Now all that was left beneath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad, sad backward glance, as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget that grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place, through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with one word: unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day I've sat here and worried away. Through the years while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. But now, said the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffler seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffler seeds, and the truffler trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffler, treat it with care, give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. And there you go. The story of the Lorax and all of his friends, and how someone who was very, very greedy, wanting to chop down all the trees, ruined the little world that he was living in. And make sure you look after your world around you and the nature that's around you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.